Hi, and welcome back to another random Wednesday car conversation, you guys. So, today's topic is not what I had initially planned on talking about, but I had a good friend of mine who had to have his dog euthanized. I think it's been like at least a week and a half now. And so he said, you should talk about that. I said, you know what? I will, because I try to do things to that you all ask me about. And so I'm not going to mention his name because that's irrelevant, but this is for you. So, like I said, about a week and a half ago, he had to have his dog euthanized, and that's a horrible that's just a horrible place to be in, but sometimes you have to do it. I've had 4 dogs in my lifetime, and of the 4, 2 of them had to be euthanized. And it is never, I know this man is not going to sit and block my driveway. I will snatch the Mexican on up out of him. Let me see what y'all, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Oh, he's moving the trash can. I was getting ready to say, play with me if you want to. I digress. Getting back to my topic. So, what was I saying? Oh, I said I had 4 dogs in my lifetime. 2 of them had to be euthanized. So I do know the pain that comes from having to do that. I do know the pain of losing a pet who, like I said, is a member of the family. And it pains me to no end when somebody loses a pet and you have somebody say something stupid like, well, it was just a dog. And I'm saying to myself, no, to you it was just a dog, but to that person, that was a part of their family. So I want to encourage you all today, if you have ever in your life said that, please don't ever do that again. Do not. And if I ever decide to get another dog, please don't ever say it to me. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I hear people say that, it makes me want to snatch every tooth out of their mouth out, shove it down their throat, rip it from their tail, and put it back in their mouth, because I hate that. And if you know me, then you know I don't hate many things, but I hate that. Do not do that. That dog was a member of that person's family. Y'all sorry about that. My tripod doesn't seem to want to stick well today. But that dog was a member of that person's family, and you should not say things like that. So I just want to tell my friend, I almost said his name, tell my friend and tell all of you, if you are going through that right now, or if you have been through that situation, it's okay if you cry. It's okay to have your moments where you're sitting around and something comes on television that has nothing to do with animals at all, and it makes you think about your pet. And you may have a moment where you cry a little bit, or you tear up, or you just feel a sense of sadness. It's okay to experience that. And you're going to experience that for a while. Like I said, I've been down that road. So I know what it's like. It's not easy at all. And after our last dog died, we just decided not to get any more dogs because, like I said, it was just too hard. And even as I said that, y'all, it made me think about when we had a beautiful collie. He was tan and white. He had little black patches on him, a few, here and there. And I remember we had to have him put to sleep, and I was just so sad. And I think I had taken off work a day or two, and I came to work, and I remember like it was yesterday. And I was working for USDA. Specifically, I was working in the Forest Service, and I was working on the recreation staff. And one of my coworkers, she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "I'm just having a moment right now because I was thinking about my dog." And she said, "Girl, get over that. That is just a dog. I don't know why people act like that." When I tell you, I wanted to snatch each and every strand of hair out of her head and then punch her in the head, neck, and throat in that order. Please believe me. And I had to say to my coworker, I said, "Look," I said, "my dog was a part of my family." I said, "So please do not come to my desk with that foolishness, because I'm not the one for it." I said, "Don't you ever, as long as you live and look the way you look, open your mouth and say that to me again. Don't ever do that." I said, "Because you don't feel what I feel." And I remember we had him, his name was Big Boy. We had him ever since he was a puppy. We had him ever since my daughter was actually born, to be honest with you. And so I said, "Please don't do that." And so, she walked away from my desk, But then she came back a few hours later and she said, you know what, you're right. I was wrong. I should not have said that. I said, no, you shouldn't. I said, you shouldn't say that to anybody. So I'm doing this video today just to make people aware that when folks have pets that pass on, or they die of natural causes, or you have to have them euthanized, please don't tell people how they should feel. That's not your place to do that. And like I tell my friend, you will have moments when you feel like crying. You look at Carl's cage, or you look at his collar, or maybe you come across a picture or something, and it's okay to do that. And there are a couple of times, I believe, when I called that he might have been crying or probably just got finished, and I would just say, you know what, get yourself together, and when you do, call me back or text me and I'll call you, because I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you feel otherwise, well, the hell with you. But as far as I'm concerned, people have a right to be sad when they lose a pet. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And for just like we grieve over people, we grieve over our pets. And there's no time limit on how long you should do that. That is completely up to you. Completely up to you. I remember when my first dog, his name was BJ. He got hit by a car. And then the collie I told you about, we had to have him put to sleep. And then we had King, because at one time we had 3 dogs at the time. The collie, the lab, and Rusty was a Rottweiler mixed with German Shepherd, I believe. But to look at him, he looked more like a Rottweiler. But he just died. Well, let me backtrack. So King, he had a bout with cancer probably like 5 years earlier or something like that. And so, everything was going fine. He was doing well, but I think he was having a relapse. And so, you can't just keep putting a ton of money into pets. You love them, but just like with people, you don't want to see them suffering. And so I remember my mom and my dad took him to be euthanized, and I said, well, I couldn't go because I couldn't do it. I wanted to remember King being that vibrant, happy dog that he always was. And so I went on to the gym. Got to the gym. My coach was like, hey, what's up, champ? You ready to work? And all he had to do was say that, and I just broke down crying. Oh, my God, I just boo-hooed. And he put his arms around me. He said, you okay? What's going on? So I told him about what had happened. And he said, it's all right. He said, if you don't feel like working out today, I understand. I said, no. I said, because going home to do what? That's not going to bring him back. And so, that was hard. And it took me a long while to get over that. But I thought, okay, well, I still have 1 dog left. And then, one day, Rusty wanted to go out. My dad got up, let him out. I had gone on to the gym. And I was gone for a couple hours, and I came back. And my mom says, how was your gym? I said, gym was great. What'd y'all do? I said, we did ABC, XYZ. I'm all excited about hitting my numbers and goals and things like that. And I noticed that she was smiling, and we laughed at whatever it was we were laughing at, because Jerry's always doing something in the gym. And then all of a sudden, she kind of had this sad look in her eye. And I said, Mom, what's wrong? And she said, well, I have something to tell you. I said, what's wrong? And she said, Rusty's dead. I said, huh? And she said, yeah. And I was like, are you serious? Because when I was leaving to go to the gym, he wanted Dad to let him out. What happened? She said, well, your father let him out. About an hour or so had gone by. And normally, Rusty was not one to be outside for a long period of time. Well, he went out, and he'd go out, do his business, jump on the door. He's ready to come back in. And a little while had passed, and my dad hadn't heard him, or he wasn't not jumping to come back in the house. So my dad goes outside looking for him. He calls him. And as he goes around behind the tree, he was dead. And so my dad, and I think my brother, but I know my dad for sure, dug a little grave for him out in the backyard and buried him in. And for a while, I would go out there and just pray over him, say kind words, and tell him how much I missed him. And I know some people think, well, Michelle's a dog. So what? He was a part of my family. Even though he was greedy and could eat you out of house and home, he was still a valued, loving member of my family. So I'm going to wrap this video up, y'all, because it's kind of starting to make me a little sad. But I just want to stress to you all, if you know someone that's going through having the loss of a pet, regardless of what kind of pet it is, do not, under any circumstances, tell them that, I'm about to wrap this video up anyway, because like I said, my tripod is not sticking well. But do not under any circumstances, let me just hold it. Tell them that they need to just get over it because they don't. Let them get over it in their time. It's not up to you to decide when they get over it. Just like with my friend, if it takes him to the end of the year to fully, be able to move past it, because he said to me, well, do you think I should get another dog? I said, well, pretty sure eventually you will. I said, but don't feel like you have to rush because it's not about replacing Carl. But if you want to get another dog just to kind of ease your mind a little bit, make you feel a little bit better, that's okay. I said, but don't feel like you have to rush to replace him because you don't. But my whole point in doing this video is to just make people aware of what comes out of your mouth. So we have to be careful of the words that come out of our mouths. Again, if somebody's going through the pain of losing a pet, don't make it your business to decide when they should get over that feeling, that hurt and that loss, because it's not up to you. I can't say to my friend, okay, look, it's been a month now. It's been 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You need to move past that. I would never say that to him or anybody else, ever. Because you have to let people grieve and get over things in their own time. So let's just be mindful that if you know of anybody that's going through it, or if you're going through it, let people have their moments. It is okay. I promise you, it is okay. So that's all I have, you guys. As always, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, please feel free to reach out to me and let's see how we can make that happen. I have two rules. 2 rules. Number 1, I don't cook. So doing a video talking about cooking is not going to happen. And I'm not a sex therapist, so we're not going to talk about that either. Other than that, we can think about, making that happen for you. Because like I said, I want my channel to be such that the topics that I come up with are helpful to those of you that are watching my videos. And I love it when I get an email or someone leaves a comment or a text message or an inbox of how much they appreciate a video that I did. That truly just warms my heart, and it lets me know that I'm doing what I've been called to do, and that's to help encourage other people. So that's all I have, you guys. Thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. Love you guys to the moon and back, and y'all know the drill. It's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing at all. So you know what that means. That means you're stuck with me, just like I'm stuck with you. Until next time, take care.